Yes, now see this question. Write a program to read a line and display the longest substring of the given string. Longest substring. Longest substring means you have to find out the longest word. Longest word. Word which have maximum number of alphabets. That is known as longest substring. You have to find out a word which has the maximum number of alphabets, which is the longest substring. So find out the longest substring from a given line, or whichever the input is given, from that you have to find out the longest substring. So I'll show you the logic before that one. See then, this is the logic to find out the longest substring. First step, you have to assume S1 is the longest substring. It is only the assumption. S1 is the longest substring and its length is 0. So length means length will find out the number of characters in that word or in that string. So we have to find out a string which has the maximum number of characters. So this is my assumption that S1 is the longest substring and the number of characters present in S1 is 0. This is only the assumption. So the longest substring has the number of characters is 0. That is my assumption. And after that, using the split function, you can extract words from a line. So each word is splitted and you will get a list of words. Using the split function, you can extract the list of words from the given line. And after that, you have to find out the length of each of this word. Compare this length with the length of S1. Compare the length of this word with the length of S1. Now that means S1 length is 0 now. So that 0 is stored inside the variable L1. So you have to compare the length of each of this word with the L1. If the length is greater than L1, then you have to change your assumption. See that first you are assuming that 0 is the largest substring, 0 is the length of the largest substring. And you took the find the length of the first word. And we compare this length with this 0. If this length is greater than 0, then you will change your assumption. The same logic you used in the last chapter to find out the largest number from a list of element. The same logic. Assumption as 0 as the largest substring length. And you are taking the length of each of this word and compare this length with the previous largest one or previous word's length. Then if this word length is more than the previous one, then you will change your assumption. There is a logic behind to find out the longest substring. It's not a lengthy program, just a small program. Yes, I'll do that program here in Python. Comment statement, and you are inputting the string. String is there in the variable S, and after that, I am assuming that S1 is the largest string. S1 is the largest string, and I am mentioning this as an empty string. This is, I don't know which is the largest string. We are going to find out the string. So initially I am assuming that S1 is the largest string and it's an empty string. And I am assuming that its length is 0. L is 0. That means length of the largest substring. Length of the largest word. That is 0. Now using a split function, I am going to extract the words from the string. I am going to extract the word from the line or words from the string. So I am going to use the split function here. F is equal to S dot split. All of you know what is the purpose of this split function. Split without any argument. Split without any separator. That means space will be considered as the separator. So each word will be extracted separately. And you will get a collection list of words. See that now F is a list. F consists of all the words of the given string, or F is a list of words. Now I am going to take each word from F. So for that you can use the for loop. for k in f. So f is a list of words. From that you are taking the first word and which will be stored inside the variable k. Which will be stored inside the variable k. Next I am going to find the length of this k. You can find the length of this k. That means you can find out the number of characters present inside the word k. So I am going to find out the length by using len function, len of k. So that length I am going to store inside the variable a. Understood? So using the for loop, you will get the first word of the line and which will be there in the variable k. And you are finding out the length of k. Length of k will give you the number of alphabets or number of characters present in k. And I am going to compare. Now you got the length of a. I am going to compare. Now my assumption is that 0 is the largest length. Largest word or largest substring whose length is 0. So I am going to compare that length with the length of the present word, present k. So I am going to compare. So a greater than L. What is this a? A is the length of the word, length of the first word. Right? Now that length is compared with the L, where L is 0 now. A greater than L. If A greater than L, then means your assumption is wrong. You have to change your assumption. Yes, I am going to change my assumption as L as A. I just changed my assumption. Now I got another word whose length is greater than the 0. So I wrote that length, or I just copy that length into, sorry, here this is A, L equal to A, correct, L equal to A. And I am going to write S1 is equal to, S1 is the assumption variable which consists of the longest substring. S1 equal to K, right? So what will happen now? You are comparing the length of K with the L. So that is length of K is inside the variable A greater than L. A greater than L means you change your assumption that L is equal to A and the longest substring is K, and that K is stored inside the variable S1. Again the loop will be repeated. You will get the second word and you are finding out the length of the second word. Again you are comparing that length with the previous length. If it is greater than, then you will change the assumption. Otherwise you will not change the assumption. Now see that now after executing the for loop, you will get the largest substring and which will be there in the variable S1. S1 will be the largest substring. Right? Now I am going to run this program. This is the substring I am going to input. See that the longest substring is substring. Or try out another word. I'll try out another one. There's no other word is there. Okay, I'll type it here. Program to find the number of words. Largest substring is program, which is the maximum number of alphabets or maximum number of characters. Okay. So this is the program. One more time I'll explain. Only the assumption, everything based on the assumption. After that you are comparing the assumption with the original value. Assuming that S1 is the largest substring and its length is 0, which is stored inside the variable L. Using the split function, you are extracting the words from the string. And after that you are taking each word from that list. Each word from that list. And you are finding out the length of that word and comparing this length with the previous one, that is comparing that length with the L. If this length is greater than L, then you will change the assumption. Again the loop will be repeated till all the words, all the length of all the words are compared. There you will get the largest substring. That is all about that program. Okay, I think all of you understood. Okay, now we can see the next class. Thank you.